Hi there, blessings. Thank you for being here. So good to have you here. So, this Friday, January 6th, we have the first full moon of the year. It is a full moon in Cancer. So, it is going to be a very emotionally charged energy. If you're feeling it already, I certainly am, even though we're a few days away. Now, diving into the numerology of this full moon, we have a 1, a 6, and then this 5 here, which brings us to a 12. 6 plus 1 is 7, plus 5 is 12. 12 breaks down to a 3. So this 1 is about the beginning, 2 is about union, and when you have the clarity in the beginning that all is a union, all is a oneness, there is no separation between this or that, then you get the Holy Trinity, and that is the mind, the body, and the heart working as a singular oneness, yet each is an individual within the whole. And so this full moon is going to bring a lot of insight because the full moon is full, it's illuminating. So this full moon is going to bring insight on what nourishes the mind, what nourishes the body, what nourishes the heart, where there is balance, where changes need to be made, where better boundaries might need to be created, where more downtime might be needed and less work, or more work and less, playing around and pretending that it's working out. So this is a prime day to sit and do vision boards, to write it all out, to let go of any of the baggage from 2022 that you may have brought into the new year. This could be emotional baggage, mental baggage, physical stuff that you're getting rid of. This is a wonderful day to beginnings. Choices come into union, and that brings you into greater harmony with your mind, heart, and body. And this full moon is a very soulful moon because it is going to set the tone for the year ahead. And the focus is internal because we are in Mercury and Mars retrograde right now. Mercury is the mind, so it thinks more about self, and Mars is action, so action is more internal, more towards self. Everything's a little slowed down. The focus becomes more on self. So I asked these archetype cards, what is the theme of this full moon? And as I was shuffling, 3 cards flew out, and they were the 3 cards from the pick a card that I did in the 2023 Astro Forecast theme of the year. I also did a small little pick a card with this deck in there, and all 3 of those cards flew out. So that's telling me that this full moon is really activating that theme for a lot of beings in this human experience right now. Now, how that plays out, of course, is very subjective. And, that's just a very broad theme as well. If you want a more individualized theme, I am feeling guided to offer this reading that I'm going to do for you right now, either for the full moon, for the year ahead, for a certain period of time, for a certain intention. It doesn't really matter what it's for, but the reading is going to be one guide, one main energy that's carrying you through a certain period of time, and then 3 tarot cards. And for this reading, this is what is the theme for this particular full moon, independent of the year. I had to walk around, clear my field, and figure out the question to ask, because when I was just asking for the theme of the full moon, those 3 themes, the main themes of 2023 were coming out. So if you haven't looked at that reading yet, I highly recommend it, because it was quite comical actually to see all those cards come out more than once. So without further ado, let's look at the theme for this full moon that's bringing emotional clarity of the most optimal way to nourish self, and through the nourishing of self, nourishing of others. Because when we are able to give from an overflowing cup, we actually feel more vibrant and supported and loved and connected, not drained and exhausted and used and empty, because we're not giving from that full cup. So the theme of this, wow, look at that. The theme of this full moon is shapeshifter. Light attributes, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. Okay, so what this is saying to me is, you have the ability to shapeshift. Shapeshift is the ability to go from one form to another, from one emotion to another, from one thought to another, from one action to another. Okay, it's the ability to go from one element to the other. Okay, what's that? Element is earth, air, fire, and water. Body, mind, creativity, emotions. Okay, so you can go from feeling happy to feeling sad to feeling inspired to feeling depressed to feeling overwhelmed. This is just part of being in the human experience. And through this full moon, you're going to come into greater understanding, greater realization, greater deepening of your ability to have greater mastery over the mind, which is a tool, over the heart, which is a guide, over the body, which is the vessel, over your creativity, which is your expression. You're going to recognize that you have the ability to empower every aspect of your being. You have the ability to change something within your environment that doesn't support you. You have the ability to invite something in as well as repel it through subconscious stuff that's going on. So there's greater awareness of the responsibility. Okay, and I love this word, and I always break it down for y'all this way: response ability. We have the responsibility of self. We are not responsible for the reactions and emotions and judgments and thoughts and opinions of others. We are responsible for self, how we choose to conduct ourselves, how we choose to communicate with others, and so on and so forth. And the shadow is projecting any image that serves your personal agenda, right? Because if you're not taking care of yourself, or you're playing the blaming game, that's what I call a problem. A problem is perceiving, running, or blaming leaves everything magically solved. Problems, problems. Perceiving, running, or blaming leaves everything magically solved. Okay, so problems only exist within the mind. When you start taking responsibility, you realize that you ultimately create your reality, whether that the reality is in an immediate effect or a long-term cause and effect. So looking at tarot, 3 cards to bring greater clarity into this energy, perhaps some guidance. Okay, see, 3 of acorns, 3 of fire. So being able to, again, that number 3 is showing up. It's a 3 day. So bringing in that energy of mind, heart, body together, being able to see things clearly, being able to have that clarity from the heart. Because biologically speaking, if you're looking at the signs, the heart sends the signals to the brain of what's the emotion. So you have this signature of the heart wave. So this is your physical, like how your body is doing, and this is how your heart is doing. Okay, this is the body, this is the heart, and this signature of emotion is the same across all beings. However, when the signal goes up to the brain, okay, the brain right here, the brain might misinterpret based on your experience. So perhaps you have the emotion of pain, but you might have had an experience where pain was told that no, that shouldn't hurt you, that should feel good. Then your brain interprets as pleasure, but in your heart you're like, well, this actually hurts me, and your brain's like, no, but this feels good. And then you start feeling friction, and that's when you start feeling some anxiety come up. This is an example. So you're going to be able to feel clearly, and because you're able to feel clearly, you're going to be able to see clearly, because you're going to have those clear signals going to the brain. Okay, look, bottom of the deck, King of Acorns, King of Clarity, being able to see clearly, being able to see, what is working for you and what is not working for you. Optimism and innovation. Okay, you have hope because you're like, oh, I get it now. Okay, this is just what I need to eliminate. This is where I need to adjust. It's not about drastic measures, although that might be needed. It's more about adjustments and refinements. One more card, please. Okay, Queen of Crystals. Okay, Queen of earth, taking care of the body, making sure that that mind has a nourished and well rested and well hydrated body to function, making sure that that heart has a safe place to rest, that the heart knows that all of its emotions and feelings are going to be validated, because all of you is valid. It may not be necessary, that's not the point. The point is to acknowledge exactly where you are in this here now, and then take responsibility for however it is you might be feeling, to make changes to bring you into greater wholeness. One last card, please. Okay, 10 of crystals. Look at that, okay? Queen of Earth, 10 of Earth, okay? And this brings you into that 10. 10 is like that completion, the ending and the beginning. It's like, oh, now that I take responsibility for myself, I realize that I am loved, I am protected, I am nourished, I am nurtured, I am capable, I am able, I have more resources within me than I might have given myself credit for. I have community, I have skills, I have a job, you know, I have a career, I have dreams, I have goals, whatever it might be. You realize like, wow, there's so much that you have accomplished, and there's so much more that you can do by just shifting your attention from the problem to the solution. Okay, solution, you are the solution. Okay, I'm not going to go into that word right now, or I'll be here a little longer, and I want to keep this short. So this is the energy of this upcoming full moon in Cancer. Such a powerful, juicy, exciting moon. I am definitely excited for this emotional reset that's coming. You know, it's like the heart is just getting it's like being defragged. You know, if you're looking at a computer, it's being defragmented, and like the hard drive, everything's just like being cleaned up and organized in the system. And it's just like, oh, that just feels so much better. Everything's going to run so much better right now. It's going to be a little slow for another week and a half because we're still in retrograde, but it's just going to function so much better. Your heart is just going to be so much clearer. That's going to bring so much greater clarity to your mind. It's going to bring so much greater peace to your body. And I am so excited for your presence here today. Thank you again for being here. You are the solution. Take responsibility for self. And this is how we love ourselves. This is how we love our world. This is how we love each other. And if you're interested in a reading with one of these archetype cards and 3 tarot cards like this for you, you are welcome to email me. I'll put the email in the description box in the bio below. I will be offering this through the... Well, actually, I'm not going to put a time limit on it, because, you know, you can get this reading at any time for a quick, like, what is the current theme in my life right now, or who's a guide that can support me right now, and some tarot. And because I am offering this in alignment with this full moon, I'm going to offer it to all of you for $12.12. How's that? Yeah? Beautiful, magical numbers. Let's amplify that love. Alrighty, my beloveds, until we meet again, I'm sending you so much love, blessings, peace, ease, joyous illumination, and nourishing love through this full moon into the year ahead. Until we meet again, many, many, many blessings.